Hey everyone, this is Dave from GMAT Ninja. In this video, I want to talk about a subject that's very near and dear to my heart, anxiety. And this isn't the conventional anxiety video when it comes to standardized testing. There's exam anxiety when we get nervous in the run up to the test and we freak out when we see a hard question. That's been around forever. We got plenty of videos that touch on that. What I'm talking about is a broader, more generalized anxiety, the kind of anxiety that interferes with our ability to even put together a study plan, or it paralyzes us to the extent that we refuse to take a practice test. And it's something we're seeing of more now than ever. So this video is about why we're seeing that, and then I'll offer some simple, concrete potential solutions to the problem. So, the number one issue that I think is the driving cause behind this, it's a pretty obvious one. We're spending too much time online and on social media. And this is something we all know. There are books like The Anxious Generation that document the impact on mental health of spending too much time on social media. We all make jokes about how this is eating our brains. But it's worth looking at the most recent research to get a sense of how sweeping the problem is. According to one study, Gen Z adults, that's you, are spending about 5 hours a day on social media. And then in other surveys, it's turning out that Gen Z adults are anxious about everything. They're anxious about the political climate, anxious about the actual climate, anxious about their jobs, their relationships, their body image. And those two things are pretty clearly connected. So that's one. We're spending way too much time online. Number two is our concerns about the job market. People worry about what's going to happen with AI. Is it going to take our jobs? Is there any point in investing a lot of money in getting an MBA degree if there's not going to be jobs waiting for me on the other side of this? In some surveys, as many as 60% of American workers fear that their jobs are going to be displaced by artificial intelligence. Now, it's worth keeping in mind that this is more perception than reality, but it is a big driver for anxiety. And then the third thing is the GMAT is just harder now. GMAT changed the structure of the exam in late 2023 and early 2024. And the new section, Data Insights, contains graphs and tables and charts, and it's just harder to prepare for that kind of question type than it was for the more conventional quant topics. You can master exponents and ratios and percents in a way that you can't really be prepared for every wacky flowchart that you might encounter. So taken together, people are more anxious than ever, and they're paralyzed. They're struggling to study. 5 concrete things that you can do, that you can start really doing as soon as this video is over to make this anxiety a little bit more manageable. The first one is pretty self-evident. Spend less time online. There's another study, this one by the National Academy of Sciences, in which participants blocked internet access on their phones for 2 weeks. Now, they still had internet access on their laptops, so it's not like they were living in a cave with no access to technology. But after just 2 weeks of blocking the internet on their phones, the effects were pretty dramatic. The benefits for depression and anxiety were greater than what you typically see for prescription antidepressants. The benefits for sustained attention were the equivalent of rolling back 10 years of age-related damage. So pretty profound stuff. 1, get off your phone. 2, if you manage to succeed with thing 1, congratulations, you now have a lot more time on your hands. Use that time productively. And really, it can be anything. If you're concerned about the environment, go out there and do something in the world. Donate your time or your money. Get out and exercise. Spend time with friends. Get some face-to-face contact. And study. Crack open a book. Come up with a concrete study plan in which you're allocating a fixed amount of time every day to your studies. Third thing, don't be so focused on outcomes when you're studying. A very common thing we see is that students are reluctant to take a practice exam because they're worried they're going to see a score that's lower than what they're shooting for. And it's a kind of ego protection. They don't want to see that score. And so they put off taking the exam, which leads them into this terrible spiral of the longer it's been since they've taken one, the more weight they put on the outcome, and the more tempted they are to put it off. If you're in this category, you're thinking about the exam the wrong way. The exam's not an opportunity to see a score that'll make you happy. The exam is an opportunity to diagnose problem areas. After you take a practice test, don't worry about the number. Take out a blank sheet of paper and just jot down simple concrete adjustments that you can make going forward. Can you refine your timing strategy? Are there content areas that you need to shore up? That's what the practice tests are for. Thing number 4, be conscious of what you can and cannot control. AI is coming, whether we want it to or not. It's here. And really, since the scientific revolution, technology has had a profound impact on the workplace. The reality is, most economists believe that the ultimate impact on net is going to be positive. Is there going to be stress between now and then? Sure. Some jobs are going to disappear, but new jobs are going to replace them. And that's the whole reason that you're studying for the exam and applying to these MBA programs. It's to figure this out. And that's the piece that you have control over. Thing number 5, find concrete tools to help you deal with anxiety. It could be things as simple as starting a mindfulness meditation practice or doing regular aerobic exercise. If it is anxiety during the actual exam that's troubling you, we've got you covered. We've got plenty of videos that deal with that. Just make sure that you've got concrete tools in place to help you adjust. But if I were to boil all of this way down, it really is as simple as get off your phone, get outside, crack open a book. And if you take this advice, we'd love to hear in the comments section about how this has impacted your study. So I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching, but seriously, get offline.